Hello, 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 and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jamila, and I'm a master manifester, and I'm sure you are too. You're watching content like this. The name of this channel is Manifesting Magic the Practical Way, because there are a lot of practicalities to manifesting the lives that we choose, right? So, what I'm discussing today is what do I mean by magic, right? So, this has been sitting on my mind because there's nothing like someone in your midst that's a naysayer to the magic that makes you understand deeply why you believe in it, because this is what can happen when you're around naysayers or people that don't agree with something. And I say naysayers in the most lighthearted and peaceful and beautiful way of putting naysayers. I don't mean haters. I mean just people that don't believe the things that you believe or think the way that whatever. And so when you get around these environments of these people, a lot of times people just turn themselves off because they're just like, well, I'm not going to even bring that up in this environment. And I'm good. I believe in that. Don't be bringing up things in non-fertile places. But also something that we miss in that exchange of just shutting it down, we don't get the opportunity to challenge our own thoughts and our own mindset and our own belief system as to why do we feel this way? Why do we believe this way? Why do we think this way? Why is this important to us? Why do we have this value, right? But there's nothing like somebody pushing against it, especially the rationality and the the logical aspects of it, for you to be able to latch on to, like, yeah, this is the reason why, this is what I believe, this is what I think, right? So what do I mean by magic? When I say magic, what I'm always discussing are the non-tangible aspects of our lives that we do not have access to, and we do not have privy to, and we cannot have insight into. And non-tangible aspects are what's going on inside of other people, what's going on in their mind, their motives, their intentions, their mindsets behind what they're doing. What also is happening in the world when you're trying to create or manifest something and expand, and you don't even have the reach to make sure these things happen, even with all of your education, with all of your money, with all of your connections that you have. You don't even have the real reach. Someone truly has to see your greatness. They have to see your beauty. They have to see your magic for them to be like, I'm drawn to this person. I'm not exactly sure why, but this is the person that I want to share this thing with, or this is the person that I think is capable of doing this job or doing this work or carrying on this legacy, right? And we don't get there through things that are written on paper, right? We just don't. We would love to. I would love to be able to put everything I have on paper, my degrees, money in the bank, blah, 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 where I'm working out, and someone say, oh, wow, you are automatically given the next blah, blah, blah. But that's not the case. We see non-tangibles move and push things around all the time. We see non-tangible bring us to tipping points, right? Which is magical because no one can say or specify when, what, how, where, why a tipping point will be approached and what's going to make a tipping point happen. If we had that understanding, then maybe we wouldn't call it magic, but we call it magic because we don't have the understanding. We are not the all seer. We are not the all knower. We are not the creator. We are not the source, right? And you can dumb it down by calling it luck, or you can dumb it down by calling it, oh, right place, right time. Well, that's how you continue to see your life. In my world, it's magical. It's magical because I'm paying homage. I'm being humble to the forces and the energies and the attractions that are working out there that I don't have my hands on, that I don't have access to, right? So you can't get caught up into all that stuff about being really specific and perfect and logical, blah, 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 this and that. Let me tell you, when I do a personality test, I'm a logician too. I'm an introverted logician. And let me tell you, there's no magic there. But I'll be doggone if I was the only person in that personality test who had a touch of whimsy. And they were like, this is the oddest personality test we've seen. You're logical, you're rational, you're practical in many ways, but at the same time, you leave huge space open for the magic. Because I know without the magic, none of the practicalities even matter. So many people have the practicalities intact. So many people do. And they're still not happy. They're still not successful. They still don't have the things that they want in life. They're still not at the levels they want to accomplish. They still giving way too much of their time to other people than what they more freedom that they'd want, right? So I'll keep my magic. I'm going to hold on tight to my magic because my magic is my faith. So when I say magic, I'm not talking about someone sitting in front of a pot and putting some potions inside of a stirring mechanism and, putting spells on people. That's not what I'm discussing. What I'm discussing is the most logical aspects of the universe that the universe has the answers to, that the source have the answers to, but we do not, right? Human beings still can't even explain how we are suspended. They can tell you what process is happening, but they can't tell you the how and the why of it. Like, what is making gravity a thing? We know gravity exists, but what makes gravity gravity? You know what I mean? What makes the sun the sun? I can tell you in really poetic terms, like, really poetically scientific terms, right? But I can't tell you the origin. I can't tell you what it is. I'm not definitive about that. So there are energies, there are attitudes, there are mindsets, there are attractions, there are realms, there are principalities working all the time in the background. And I know that magic is when you can tap into those streams of abundance in those places. You may not have to know how it works. You may not have to have all the answers of how it works and what it's doing and what logically we do this and you get this result, blah, blah, blah. But that magic is working. The magic is what is attracting people to you. It's not what you know. It's not what you figured out in the world. It's not your knowledge base. Nobody cares about that kind of stuff, really. It's cool. But they're attracted to you because of the magic going on inside of you, because of the non-tangible pieces that are working inside of you that they don't have access to. But something is telling them, their intuitive mindset, their deeper understanding that there's something good in here. There's something worth exploring here. There's something worth understanding here, right? You know what I mean? And no one can ever say when, how, or where that's going to happen. I've seen people put together music groups on TV, and they had every single perfect element of what you think a music group should have. But somehow they never ever created the level of success and openness and freedom in what they wanted to have. And it's because the magic was missing. That's all it is. The magic was missing. That's it. So many people are going for the same things, or trying to create the same things, or trying to do the same things. So many people look like me on paper, but don't have my results in real life. And if you go digging deeper, where did they come from? What did they do? Or her background was even worse than that person's background. They did and they come in and like everything matches up. How come this one has this amazing, abundant, and expansive life, and this one does not? Guess what? I'm tapping into the magic because I already know what the practicalities can do. I'm tapping into the magic. I'm paying homage to, I'm humbling myself to the unseen, to the unknowing, the unknowable to the human, because that is what's truly creating everything beautiful and amazing in this life. Practicality, somebody's going to do them. Somebody's going to do them at some point. Somebody's going to come up with the idea. Somebody's going to do that part. But all those aspects coming together to make this one beautiful outcome, amazing interaction, when things sweep over a nation and everybody catches on to it for whatever reason, positive or negative, that's magic. You can't really say when or how that's going to happen. And that's even in your own life. You can put everything into perfect order, into perfect place, and exactly how you think it should be. But if you don't have some non-tangible energies, some non-tangible movements happening in the background that you cannot explain fully, working in your favor, tapping on the shoulders of others, putting you on the minds of others, putting your name on the tongue of others, then you're not going to get the results you're looking for. That's just a fact. Anyway, don't stop believing in the magic. This is what I mean by magic, right? And there's nothing worse than people who think, like these comments I get underneath the video sometimes, Christian, go to the Bible, go to Jesus, go to the Lord or whatever. I'm like, that's fine and dandy. I've been in all those realms several times. Me and religion, we are like this. I love religion. I think a lot of people need religion. And I think it's a wonderful thing that some people can have some guidelines when they don't know how to create their own guidelines, or they feel like creating their own guidelines is not enough, right? I think it's beautiful, right? So there's no need to put any religious nonsense underneath my videos. it's amazing to me that you talk about magic and those and those are the people that have the most negative thing to say when believing in anything in the Bible is nothing but magic. The Quran, nothing but magic. The Torah, nothing but magic, right? But yeah, we're going to act like somebody in modern times saying it is the devil, right? Well, they say you're not doing anything till you got some critics, right? If everybody like what you're doing, you ain't doing nothing. Anyway, have a wonderful, wonderful day.